Good morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan pre-market roundup. First in the global markets. Yesterday the American markets were closed on account of Thanksgiving week which is going on, and today they will be trading for a half day. On the European market, the European markets were trading almost mixed yesterday with DAX getting around 55 to 60 points. Coming to Asian markets, right now the Asian markets are trading mixed, with Nikkei being up around 155 to 160 points, whereas Hang Seng being down by 60 points, and the rest of the Asian markets trading mixed. Coming to our markets, yesterday there was expiry, and as it was suggested by the derivatives data, expiry came around at 8500 levels, as there was highest open interest built up seen in 8500 call option and good sizable open interest in 8500 put option also. For today, we are expecting Nifty to open up around 30-35 points on the back of very light positions, and also as we had seen a sharp dip in crude oil prices, which augurs well for our markets. Yesterday, crude oil was down by around 5 to 6% towards the end of trading. Crude is now trading around 70 to 73 for Brent, whereas NYMEX crude is trading around 68-69 levels. On the FII front, FII were buyer by 390 crore rupees in cash market yesterday, whereas they were buyer by around 2187 crore rupees in index futures yesterday. Now let's have an update on derivatives.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. The Indian benchmark indices witnessed choppiness on expiry day. As we have seen, the Nifty started the session on a flattish to positive note, but it was continuously oscillating between positive and negative territory multiple number of times, and finally ended its session at 8494 odd levels. If we talk about overall November month expiry, Nifty has given healthy gains of 4% on month basis. As we have seen that Nifty showed one side movement towards upward journey and hit a lifetime high at around 8540 odd levels in November month. And we have seen that if we talk about current month, December month, it has ended its session at 8547 levels with a gain of 0.18%. And Nifty currently December month started with 2.19 crore shares in open interest versus 1.96 crore in last month. And PCR also started with 0.86, and last time also it was 0.86. We are seeing that PCR is currently trading at lower levels, so we may see a sharp bounce in PCR and we may see a more upside in the market. India VIX was down by 1.85% in yesterday's trade. It was down from 12.99% to 12.75%, but overall India VIX was trading with negative bias in November month and hit a fresh intraday low of 9.35 odd levels. India VIX also is trading at lower levels. We may see more downside in India VIX further. Now talk about rollover activity. December month rollover activity is quite good. Nifty futures rollover is 76.01 versus 63.62. Bank Nifty rollover is quite less. It is 63% versus 68%, and market-wide rollover activity is 87% versus 85%. Overall, Nifty and market-wide rollover activity is quite good in this series. If we talk about sector-wise rollover activity, in this month, infrastructure, power, finance, they have seen strong rollover in this month, and metal, capital goods, banking and technology has witnessed poor rollover activity in this month. As we talk about GMR Infra, Reliance Infra, Reliance Power, they have witnessed strong rollover in this month, and metal sector like SSLT, Tata Steel, capital goods like L&T, BHL, they have witnessed poor rollover activity in this month. Options activity, we have seen that 8,500 started with good number of shares in open interest. Currently, this is highest call option in this month, followed by 8,600, 8,700. In the put option, we have seen that 8,500, 8,400, 8,300 has seen good activity in this month. 8,500 started with 30 lakh shares in open interest. There is no security in bank period today, and yesterday FIs were net buyers of approximately 2,700 odd crores in future and option segment. They were net buyers of 2,187 crore in index futures. They were net buyers of 1,140 crore in index options. They were net sellers of 706 crore in stock futures, and they were net buyers of 154 crore in stock options. Our monthly straddle break-even point stands at 8280 on the lower side and 8720 on the higher side. Singapore Nifty is up by 38.50 points, which is at 8594. We may see a gap up opening in Nifty futures today, and we may see market may continue to trade with positive bias, and we can expect the target of 8720 in coming days. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Now let's have a quick update on what are the stock ideas for the day and what are the important news items. Firstly, Just Dial, RBI has allowed Just Dial to raise foreign shareholding to 75% from the current limit of 49%. Action to be taken is long Just Dial with a stop at 1543 for a target of 1620 and 1653. SJVN to build 7,000 crore hydro project in Nepal. The project cost will be executed with a 75-25 debt to equity ratio. Action to be taken here is long SJVN with a stop at 23.2 for a target of 24.5 and 25. Oil prices, as we discussed earlier, is at 4 years low. OPEC has left the production target unchanged. Brent crude has plunged around 5 to 7% and hit new fresh 4 years low. Action to be taken is long HPCL and long BPCL, whereas short K in India with a stop at 277.4 for a target of 266 and 260. BPCL stop will be at 709.4 for a target of 745 and 755, whereas HPCL stop at 538 for a target of 565 and 570. We have GDP numbers where quarter 2 FY for 15 to be announced today. Expectation of as per Bloomberg is 5.1 versus 5.7 in quarter 1 FY15. CBI says circumstantial proof against Sunil Mittal and Shashi Vijay in Spectrum case. Avanta Holdings, the promoter group of Compton Greaves, has sold 8.3% stake in company, which is 5.2 crore shares at 193 per share yesterday. TRAI has recommended over 15% rise in CDNF Spectrum Reserve price. Finance Ministry says board consensus on GST plan to introduce in this session. Suven Life QIP floor price at 201.38 per share, which was expected around 190-192 levels. So it is positive for Suven Life in one way. Lower excise duty benefit for the auto sector, which is currently available till December 31st, 2015, will be extended till the budget of 2015. CED has raised rupees 400 crore through QIP at around 890 rupees a share. On stocks with positive and negative bias, on positive bias we like Axis Bank, CMP 469, DLF at 148 and Compton CMP 192 is stock in negative bias. That's all from our side, friends. Thanks and bye. Nice trading session.